morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, post-holiday, a windy day, and I have to say it was a little bit strange. I was driving to work and at the Wood TV studios here. We are very close to the campus of Grand Rapids Community College, and it was a little bit different, you know, to see more students out. I know that classes had begun already, but it just seemed like those students and then the students that were going back to school, elementary and middle school and high school in Grand Rapids, that the whole town was just booming, filled with students. I saw school buses everywhere. Just a little bit of a different scene to get used to.
Oh yeah, kind of easing back into it. And you know, and the interesting thing is that you know, we had such a long hot summer that we made this sort of transition with our weather over the weekend. A really windy day today, and it sort of almost feels like, you know, the weather has gotten us into the mood to get back to school.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It certainly has, because you it felt like fall this weekend. My beach Labor Day weekend turned into a fall weekend. A little bit strange. I was glad that I had the long sleeves ready, because we usually go to the lakeshore, but had brought those things with us because
you heard how chilly it was going to be. Oh yeah. Well, it's kind of interesting because I'm going to be in Holland shooting this afternoon, or later on this morning into the afternoon hours, and we're going to be talking about kind of getting into the spirit with some fall fashions. And I'm going to head out to Lake Michigan because, you know, here's the thing: you got to watch Lake Michigan from a distance today. 10 to 14 foot waves are expected to crash over all the piers this afternoon. So yeah, it's going to be a really dangerous day on Lake Michigan, but just spectacular really to capture some images. So if you don't get a chance to make it out to the lakeshore today, make sure you watch 8 West tomorrow, because I'll have some really cool
There were a lot of people lake watching over the weekend. On Friday night, we drove to the lake because we wanted to just watch the waves. I heard they were like 13 feet high. There was a line back from the beach of cars that were out there, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's never like this on a Friday night otherwise. But just people, we've become so accustomed to enjoying and watching what happens to our beautiful lake when those storms hit, and they're great to look at, but I was just hoping inside that there weren't people trying to take advantage of those waves and jumping in them, because they're so dangerous.
Well, and unfortunately, we had another episode in Ludington over the weekend with a young man from Detroit who was swept off the pier, and they were, as of the last report, still searching for him. So, yeah, it's been one of those deadly years, a deadly summer on Lake Michigan, just because the water temps have been so warm and people have been in, and we've had all these rip currents just because the lake has gotten itself churned up. So again, we're going to continue to watch that for you. Kind of one of those monumental times in the life of our kids going on. My daughter, Jacqueline, who's had quite a career in high school golf, had her first college golf tournament over the weekend.
How exciting.
It was so exciting. It was just a blast to be out there, kind of on a whole different level. Here we are after the final round was over yesterday. There she is. I, of course, walked almost the whole thing with an umbrella and still look like a drown route. She looks like she's ready to go.
Great.
18 more holes. No, I just kind of felt like it was one of those.
How'd she do, Terry?
She did great. She was the top girl on her team. She was 13th overall, and you know what?
Fantastic.
Not a bad showing. 3 of her teammates here who are brand new friends, ready for the college season. So it's just been a blast. And of course, she had to get her picture taken with Dad. This was before the whole tournament started on Sunday.
It's a little sunny there.
There they are. It was sunny on Saturday.
Before the rain set in, right?
A sunny day on Sunday before it all started up. But she had a great time, and she's really fitting in well. She's made a lot of great new friends, and we just love the environment there. So
it's very exciting.
Yeah, it's
a
fun.
Different step for her and a different step for you with her.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to hearing of all the adventures.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, we took her to college. You know, she's been there about a week and a half, kind of getting all settled in and everything. And I said, I didn't cry. We didn't cry when she left. We didn't cry when Jake left. Kobe, who is a young man who's been living with us from Ghana, who moved out late last week, I cried when Kobe packed his stuff and left, which is so funny.
I think that's because Kobe's probably not coming back.
Yeah.
And you know the other ones are coming back. They're going to be back for the holidays and the summers and all the breaks that are there. But Kobe, I know that you really enjoyed having him with your family, but he's probably out for good.
Yep, he probably is.
Right?
Well, he's a senior this year, starting his senior year engineering at Calvin College, so really proud of him and feel like we'll always have that really special connection to him.
Very, very neat. Well, you know, I was telling you, Terry, that my beach weekend. I was hoping at least, maybe Monday to get to the beach, and it would be nice enough. Kind of turned into a fall weekend. We were watching Michigan State play football. I'm really excited that the Spartans won over Western Michigan University. Sorry, all the Western fans, but we hope your season's great too from here on out. So we watched some football on Saturday. Then we went to a cider mill, and it was just so... I was into the feeling of fall.
Yeah.
And we went to one I'd never been to. It was called Vandermill. It's in Spring Lake on M104.
How about that?
It's on the north side of the road, and I'd passed it a number of times. It's been open about 4 or 5 years. So I said, let's go over to that cider mill and check it out. It feels like fall. And we had a blast. It's really nice inside, and you can do things like wine tasting. We didn't do any wine tasting, but they have that there where you can go up and taste the different wines that they make. They also have a beautiful store there.
Wow.
And I bought apple butter. I didn't buy apples. My husband bought a lot of donuts, and then they had this little kid choo-choo. Well, it's actually like a tractor pull more than anything else, but there's Coco, actually, you can see her in the left-hand corner there.
Yeah.
She loved it, and they had all these little great things outside for kids. They had some cool things inside for kids, and it really got me in the spirit of fall.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm sure that we're going to be doing the rounds at all of the orchards and cider mills around West Michigan. If you have any really good suggestions, we'd like to
make sure to,
we love doing that. And I know that, we have a little one, but people of all ages, people without kids, it's a great experience and something wonderful to support and do here in Michigan because apples are big.
Oh, absolutely.
Right,
well, the interesting thing is that they've extended the life of a lot of these farmers markets too by getting set to carve the corn mazes in, and so that brings kids in their teens and even in their 20s out there. So, yeah,
I understand.
A fun season.
At this one in particular, they do hay rides too for kids, and so a great thing to do to kind of check out and spend some great time with your family.
Yeah, what a blast. Okay, well, big tradition, Labor Day, is the Jerry Lewis Telethon.
Very big
Muscular
tradition.
Dystrophy Association, and so Bill Steffen, myself, and Jordan Carson, the Face of Four, had the opportunity to serve as the morning co-host yesterday, and so I snapped just a couple of pictures just to set the stage here. Here's Jordan. Of course, she co-hosts on 8 West sometimes, and so she's a very familiar face to our 8 West viewers. Had an opportunity also to spend a little time with Bill Steffen. It was funny because it was raining a little bit. I kept blaming the rain on him. He kept blaming the rain on me.
Hey, I wasn't going to say anything, but I heard a lot of complaints about the weather yesterday.
I'm sure. And so,
I'll just leave it at that.
we were so peppy and happy, so I had to take you inside the break room as we had our production meetings before every local cutaway. This is how we stayed. We kept our energy up, and that was with lots of chocolate.
Chocolate, sweets, very, very nice.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, school did start.